The first item component we're going to talk about is item. The item describes the business unit your product is assigned to. This includes the SHC hierarchy, that division, category, and subcategory. Now you may have also heard your buying or inventory teams possibly refer to a Sears hierarchy as well if you have items that are being supplied in your Sears stores. Now the Sears hierarchy and the SHC hierarchy are two different things. The SHC hierarchy is division, category, and subcategory, and the Sears hierarchy is division, line, subline, and class. Now typically about 95% of the time, the numbers for the divisions are going to be different between the Sears hierarchy and the SHC hierarchy. There will occasionally be the time that the division numbers will line up between the two hierarchies, but they're typically different. So if you're working with, let's say, a Sears buyer, they may be referring to Division 7, but as far as you're aware of, you previously only supplied product in Division, let's say, 10. It may be that they're referring to that Sears division, not the SHC division. So if there's ever any uncertainty involving the divisions or the hierarchies, just be sure to ask. Additionally, everything on an item shares the same store location. So that means it's going to be located in the same exact place on the shelf within the store. Everything on an item also shares the same selling price or retail. The item number is a 9-digit number, and it's typically identical to the KSN number. For your Sears items, it should always be identical to that KSN number. For Kmart items, it may sometimes be different from the KSN number due to a process called linking. So I'm going to talk about this for just a second because a lot of times our vendors will contact our help desk to ask about linking an item. And typically they're using the term wrong. They're using the term incorrectly. Linking doesn't mean what you probably think that it means. Typically when vendors are asking about linking items, they're wanting to put additional UPCs onto the same KSN. That's not linking. So linking is actually an inventory-owned process, and it places multiple KSNs onto the same item number. It's never done by anybody but inventory, and it can only be done to Kmart items. Some of the reasons they might do it could be that they are transitioning for the planogram. Let's say a product is being discontinued, but the same product, just in different packaging, is going to be taking its place. They would want to link those so they end up on the same shelf location in the stores, and also so it reflects accordingly within their reporting. Another reason they might link, let's say we have a bottle of shampoo with a 20% bonus extra for free, and then we have the same shampoo with maybe a small thing of lotion attached to it. As far as inventory is concerned, they just want to know how many bottles of shampoo they're selling. They don't particularly care about those small differences because it's the same bottle of shampoo. Alright, so let's look at this example. Let's say we have a water bottle, and the SHC hierarchy, the division, category, and subcategory is sporting goods, accessories, and water bottles. So sporting goods lets us know that it's going to be located within the sporting goods department of the store. The category accessories lets us know that it's going to be located with all of the other accessories within the sporting goods department. And then the subcategory, the water bottles, lets us know specifically it's going to be located with all of the other water bottles within the accessories section of the sporting goods department. So there are two main types of items. The most common two include typical, which is also known as an each or a member, or exploding assortment, which is also known as an excess. So that typical is what's actually being sold at the store. It's what's being rung up at the register. So that could be a 6-pack of soda because it's being rung up as a 6-pack, a bottle of shampoo, or a single shirt. Exploding assortment is just an assortment of items. and an exploding assortment is never sold at the store as such. There are some additional type of items. They are not used near as often. We have supply fixtures. We have class control. Best example of this would be curtains. There's such a wide variety of lengths and widths of curtains that they will set it up as a class control item, because all they really care about is how many curtains are they selling, not necessarily the differences in the widths and lengths. We also have supply items, so paper towels, plastic bags with the registers, cleaning supplies. Those all have to be set up in the system so they can be ordered by the stores. Finally, we also have installation agreement and protection agreements. If you work in an area that supplies larger items like washers and dryers or refrigerators, you may be aware that there is an installation and protection flag on those items. But those agreements also have to be built as items themselves, so we can actually ring them up at the register. Alright, so vendor relevant fields on the item tab. We have our item type. We have the SHC hierarchy, that division, category, and subcategory. And we also have the EAS tag required indicator. So up here at the top, you can see this is the item type. This one is a typical. Further down in this red square, you can see the hierarchy, the division, category, and subcategory. And then below that, you can see the EAS tag required indicator. So if you don't know what this is, it's typically that security tag that sometimes gets placed on clothing, or let's say you may be providing a rather expensive drill and tools. Something like that might also have a security tag, or rather the EAS tag required indicator. Now this field is also located on the vendor packs tab, so you just need to make sure that they do correlate together and that they match.